John 14 verse 1, Jesus says, "Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me." He spoke those words on the eve of the cross to friends who felt everything falling apart. He's telling them and us, don't let fear sit in the driver's seat. Trust the Father, trust the Son. When crisis comes, our first impulse is to grip tighter to what we can control. Jesus told his friends, "In my Father's house are many rooms." He wasn't describing square footage. He was giving us a promise. A promise that there's space in the presence of God for each of us, space prepared on purpose. The verse continues, "I go to prepare a place for you." Jesus said, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." That's John 14:6. Think about those three words. First, the way. Not the path we have to pave ourselves. He is the path. To reach God, we follow him. First, the way. Not the path.
I never even met him. All I have are questions and a last name. Everyone keeps asking, who's your father? And I don't have an answer.
Sometimes the answer is closer than we think. I look at the way you care for people, the way you stand up for what's right. It's all him. And Jesus said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. You're not missing him as much as you think. John 14 verse 12, Jesus said, "Whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater works than this, because I am going to the Father." What does he mean by that? Greater doesn't have to mean louder or flashier. Through the Spirit, believers bring healing hands to hospital rooms, share bread with the hungry, and carry his message further than disciples ever walked. John chapter 14, Jesus makes a breathtaking promise. He says, "Whatever you ask in my name, this I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you ask me anything in my name, I will do it." Praying in his name is more than a closing phrase. It means we come trusting his character, his authority, and his heart.
Jesus said it straight. If you love me, keep my commandments. He wasn't handing us a cold checklist. He was showing us what love looks like in action. When love is real, it leans outward. It chooses generosity, it chooses honesty, it chooses to bless rather than to take. Obedience is simply love walking in everyday shoes.
John 14, Jesus is comforting his friends. He tells them, "I'm going to the Father," and they are shaking. Then he makes a promise that changes everything. Verse 16 says, "I will ask the Father, and he will give you another helper to be with you forever." And verse 17 calls him the Spirit of truth, the one the world cannot recognize, but who will live with us. And
Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you." That is more than a comforting phrase. It's a promise.
He wasn't talking about the absence of struggle or the world's kind of calm that fades when things change. He was offering his own peace, steady, unshakable anchor. Jesus ends chapter 14 with these words, "Arise, let us go from here." It's more than a travel note, it's a summons. After telling the disciples that the world will know he loves the Father, he gets up and leads them toward the garden where obedience will be tested.